Hello everyone, welcome to LICD Lecture 12 Extra 1 session. Today's topic will be a numerical on floating load V2I converter. So let us start. So we have circuit number A over here, circuit number B. The value of V in supply, DC supply is 5 volts given. The value of R1 is around 10 kilo ohm. Uh, they have not given plus or minus VCC, instead they have given plus or minus VSAT, which is around plus or minus 13. And I suppose we have to find the unknown value of RL, yes. So for both the circuits, we have to find the current IL first. Secondly, we have to find the voltage compliance. Then we have to find the maximum permissible value of RL. So these are the three things which we need to find. So let us start. So as we know, for a floating load V2I converter, the value of IL will be given by V in upon R1. Now, how is that possible? Let us quickly see that. So your non-inverting terminal is connected to V in. So inverting terminal will also follow this non-inverting terminal by virtual short concept because we have a negative feedback. So over here, what will be IL? IL will be V in minus 0 upon R1. So that's what we have got the formula. IL is V in upon R1, which is equal to 5 volts upon 10 kilo ohm, which is around 0.5 milliamperes. So this is the case for both the circuits. So for both the circuit IL, we have found out it is to be 0.5 milliampere. But the direction of IL is different for both the circuits. So for IL, the current IL flows from right to left in case of circuit A, and it flows from left to right in circuit number B. So that's what the difference is. For circuit number A, we have already seen that voltage compliance is given by VL is less than VSAT minus V in and greater than minus VSAT minus V in. So VSAT is around minus 13 and plus VSAT is 13. So we substitute the values over here and we get it around minus 18. VL is between 8 volts and minus 18 volts. Basically, one point of confusion will be here why I've written minus VSAT. Basically, we have to write the magnitude over here of the minus VSAT. So that is 13. So that minus minus won't become plus again. So please, keep a reminder of that. Okay. Now for circuit number B over here, we have already derived in the last lecture. The voltage compliance is given by voltage compliance is the maximum permissible range for the value of VL. So for circuit number B, the voltage compliance is between VSAT and minus VSAT. So VL will be between 13 and minus 13. So that's what it means. And for the third part, we have to find the maximum value of the maximum value of RL, right? So for a purely resistive load, VL will always be positive. So that is for sure. And for circuit number A, what will be VL? VL will be IL into RL. So that's what we have written over here. VL is IL into RL. Now, hence VL will be less than. Why we are writing here less than? Because we have to maximize the value of RL. Okay. So VL has to be less than 8. The value of VL is coming out to be 8. Now, why 8? Over here, this is the maximum value, right? This from this limit. So VL can have a maximum of 8 volts, and IL is already found out to be 0.5 milliamperes. So if you work out in a calculator, this number will be 18 kilo ohm. So RL has to be lesser than maximum to maximum. It can be slightly lesser than 16 kilo ohm. What will happen if it is greater than this value? The op amp will saturate. That's what it will happen. And for circuit number B, the maximum value of VL is 13 volts, right? Why positive number? Because for purely resistive load, the VL will be positive. So RL will be less than VL upon IL. VL is 13 volts, IL will be 0.5 milliamperes. So this value will work out, if you work out in a calculator, it will be around 26 kilo ohm. So RL has to be less than 26 kilo ohms. So these are the results. We got the value of IL as 0.5 milliamperes. We got the range of VL, and finally we got the value of RL for both the circuits. Now comes a reflection spot. So reflection spot means we will stop this one node PDF, and we'll move on to the LT Spice demonstration of the same. So let us implement this circuit. Let's implement the circuit given in the numerical and verify the design and the simulated values. So let us start. So I'll keep the screen visible, and I'll minimize this. I think I'm finding it a little difficult to minimize this. Just give me a couple of moments. Okay, that's right. So I have to change from here also. Okay, and let me minimize this font a little bit. Okay, I guess this is visible now. Yeah. Let me go to the circuit. Okay, let me keep this also a little bit. Okay, give me a moment. I'll adjusting this now. Okay, so it's all ready now. We have onto the left hand side. Let me adjust this slightly. Yeah, so this is my table wherein I can compare the values. So this is my floating load V2I converter, that is circuit number A, which is this. As you can see clearly, R1 is 10 kilo ohm, V in is 5 volts DC. Op amp is powered with surprisingly 14, because here if you found out, in LT Spice the saturation voltage is 1 volt less. So since V plus and V minus are given as 13 and minus 13, we have selected VCC and VE as 14 and minus 14. So that's why we have selected it not 15 but 14. Okay, and we have to find the value of RL. So that's what we will do. So let us see the table now. Okay, so first is for less than RL should be less than 16 kilo ohm. We have selected 15 kilo ohm. So here in this circuit we have 15 kilo ohm. So V in is given, IL is already taken care of 0.5. VL is something new. This is 7.5 volts. So how do we calculate VL? VL will be IL into RL. So if you multiply these two, 0.5 milliampere into 15, you will get 7.5. And what will be V out? V out will be nothing but V in plus VL. So again, I repeat, from the circuit, what will be V out? V out will be V in plus VL. So hence V out will be 5 volts plus 7.5. That will be 12.5. That's what is written over here. Now let us simulate this and check the values. So these are my values which I am getting. So here I am getting V out as 12.5 as predicted, and value of the current IL flowing through the load resistance. Let me just check it out over here. Yeah, so IL value is coming out to be minus 0.5 millivolts. Well, why minus 0.5? Because the current is in the other direction. That's why. Okay. And here also, as you can see, the same current flows through the resistor RL and the resistor R1 also. So as you can see clearly over here, the current is inward direction. I mean, from right to left. That's why we are getting the minus sign. So that's absolutely correct. And the value of V out is coming out to be 12.4999. And VL is also coming out to be how much? VL is coming out to be 7.499. So that's how we are getting. Now let us check the value of VL. We haven't checked it. So I'll place it over here, and I have already marked this as I1 actually. So let me right click over here. We are finding the value of VL. So what will be VL? V out minus there is the node name is, actually we have to name this something, that's why. So let me call it as A. Okay, so what will be VL? VL will be V out minus V of A. So that's what we will find over here. So it will be V out. Oh, I haven't simulated it again. I'll simulate this and I get the value of VA. As you can see clearly over here, it's coming out. So let us calculate it over here. So VL will be V out, oh, V out minus V of A. So that's the value of VL we are getting. I can maximize this and show it to you. Yeah. So this is the value of VL which we are getting, which is matching with our values over here. So VL is 7.5 in theory, and here it is 7.499 volts. Okay, so that's how we are getting the results. All results are fine. Now let's say that the theoretical value of RL, we choose it at 20 kilo ohms. So now let us see what will happen if we select it as 20 kilo ohm. So we have selected it as 20 kilo ohm now. We'll simulate this again. Okay, so are we getting some different values? Yes. The value of IL, which is supposed to be zero point 0.5, is around 435 microamperes. That is around 0.435. And the value of VL is also different. It's around 8.703 volts. And the value of output is also around 13.05. So that's what we are getting. So actually value of V out should be, no, in this case, 5 plus 8.7. So 5 plus 8.7, that should be 13.7. But why we are getting 13.05? You remember the saturation voltage of the op amp is 13. So nearby for this op amp it's 13.5. That means if we don't take care about the value of RL, op amp is getting saturated. So this 13.05 volts is an indicator that the op amp has hit the positive saturation level. So that's what we have written over here. Okay, let us to the so the result for RL less than maximum permissible limit, that is as per the numerical design. So your V2I converter works well and converts this 5 volts into a 0.5 volts current, constant current, as we have seen earlier. Whereas for the second case, if RL is greater than 16 kilo ohms, then V2I converter doesn't work well. That is IL, which is supposed to be constant at 0.5 milliampere, now it is not. Now it is changing, and right now it is around 0.435 milliamperes. So this is about circuit number A. Let's go to circuit number B. So I'll go and select circuit number B. Yeah. So for circuit number B, let us start with the value of RL. RL has to be lesser than 26 kilo ohm. So we'll simulate this and check out. Okay. Okay. Here the values are. Let us check with the table now. Okay, in the table for circuit number B, the theoretical values of V in and IL will remain same almost. VL is 12 volts. So VL, how it is 12 volts, it is IL into RL. So IL is 0.5 and RL is around 24. If you multiply these two, IL into RL, you will get 12 volts. And V out is actually minus of VL in this case, right? How V out is minus of VL? Because you see carefully, this positive, I mean the non-inverting terminal is grounded. So your inverting terminal will be at virtual ground. Hence V out will be minus of VL, because if you consider this as, V out will be equal to V minus VL, right? V out will be V minus VL, and V minus is 0. So hence V out will be minus VL over here. So are we getting that value of VL correctly? So again, I have to, I think, label it. And VL will be V out minus V over here. So let us find out that value over here. Let me just take this and write over here V out minus V of A. Oh, I have to simulate this. I keep on forgetting this. I have to simulate this once and then it will come. Yeah. So here my value of VL, I am showing you, demonstrating how to get the value of VL. So it will be this node voltage minus this. So it's coming out to be, let me just, oh, just give me a moment. I'll just do that. So this value is coming out to be this one. As you can see clearly, I think it's overridden. Okay. So this is the value of VL, which is not a surprise. It's almost same as your value of V out, because your V out is minus VL and your VL is actually around plus, it should be around plus 12. I don't know what happened here. This is V out minus VA. Yeah, correct. So maybe Yeah. Oh, okay. So that depends upon the value of the current IL. So current direction might be a little opposite over here. Let us cross check. Oh yes, current direction is in this direction. So VL will be around, VL is measured from here, plus to minus, and we are actually taking from the other side. So if I do it, actually I've written wrong. It should be VA minus V out. Then it will come properly. So it will be VA minus V out. So this is the value of positive value of VL we are getting perfectly fine now. And let me just maximize this. Yeah. So here my value for circuit number A, VL is around 11.999 and V out is around minus 11.999. Value of the current IL, which is same in this branch also, is around 0.5 milliamps as predicted. So here the V2I converter works well and it converts the 5 volts into 0.5 milliamp current. So let us check if we don't follow this RL value properly and we give around 30 kilo ohm. So what will happen? So what are the changes? So the changes are as follows. First of all, my IL is no longer zero point 0.5, it is around 0.45 milliamperes. And my value of VL is also different. Right now it is 13.54 and the V out is also different, that is 13.5. As you can see, the V out is not reaching the maximum 13.5. Its V out should be equal to minus VL, but it is not. Why it is not? Because of minus negative saturation. So here we can say that op-amp has hit the negative saturation level, hence its voltage cannot be more than this at all at any condition. And how we got that VL? VL is basically the product of IL into RL. So this 30 kilo ohm you multiply with this 451 microamperes, you will get this number. So that means the if we don't keep the value of RL, if we keep greater than 26 kilo ohms, and the V2I converter doesn't work. It doesn't convert this 5 volts into zero point 0.5 milliamperes constant value. So I think that's it for today's online session. We have seen the floating load V2I converter, and we have seen that explicitly in LT Spice, worked out in LT Spice. So that's it for today's session. Thank you.